Major support for Do the Math has been provided by Chevron, the Kern County Superintendent of Schools, Southern California Gas Company, California Resources Corporation, Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, Panama-Buena Vista Union School District, Bakersfield City School District, and the San Luis Obispo County Office of Education, with additional production assistance provided by these supporters of education in Kern County and throughout the state of California.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Do the Math. I'm Michael.
And I'm Tracy, and you can reach us in Bakersfield at 636-4357. San Luis Obispo is toll free at 1-866-636-6284. You can email us at dothemath@kern.org. Watch us online at dothemathonline.net, and don't forget social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
All right. Been watching any of the Olympics?
A little bit.
Any particular sport or just what
Figure
happens
skating.
to be on?
I love figure skating.
All right. But I think, didn't we have somebody medal in that?
We did. It's just exciting because you cringe the whole time. Wait, you're please don't fall, please don't fall. So yeah, no, love figure skating.
Yeah, I guess there is a thing in town now with curling, where you go over to Rabobank Arena and they have it's like a lesson, kind of like how to do curling, how to learn how to do it. And I guess they're forming some sort of a little club or something like that where
That's
you can
cool.
actually go over and do a little bit of curling.
Very cool.
So you can get into the Olympic spirit a little bit more. Well, we'll be heading out to see Marylou in a little while. We have a very special guest in studio. And before we get to any of that, let's first take a look at today's Math in the News. All right, so a lot of times there are things you see on the internet, these math problems that, they go, oh, stumped millions of people or whoever, can't figure out this math problem. So I was like, oh, good, let's go ahead and take a look at it. So I figured, well, we need something to get us into this. So here's
I think I recognize that person.
Yeah? Mustache just like that?
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah. So kids of all ages, we'll say, can work on this one. So here's the problem. All right, so let's just take a look at it. So we've got some graphics here. So let's say sneakers, cleats, whatever you want to call them, right? Sneakers and sneakers and sneakers, right? We're adding, and it all equals 30. So what would you think the pair of sneakers would be worth? What is the value of that?
Well, we would probably divide by 3, so I'd say like 10, 10, and 10.
Right, okay. So then we have a 10, right? And we've got these two cats, and that comes out to be 20. So what would you think a cat would be?
We'd have to take the 10 minus the 20, so you still have 10 less, and then divide by 2, so you'd have 5 and 5.
All right, so if you go 10 plus 5 plus 5, there you go. All right, so then we've got a cat, and then we've got whistles. So we know these are 5, based on what we've done earlier. So we need 8 more.
So you divide by 2, you'd have 4 each.
Okay, so those are 4. All right, so 5 plus 4 plus 4. So then we go back to our sneakers, which we said were 10.
10, 5, and 4, so 19.
But now we have a different symbol in here.
I missed that one.
All right, right. Well, that's why I brought your attention to it, which is why a lot of people get it wrong at first, because they look at that and go, oh, yeah, it's 10 plus 5 plus 4, thinking that was that. So taking a look at that symbol now, what do you think a lot of people would do here?
So you would, PEMDAS, like the order of operation,
right,
since I've already messed it up once, like you'd multiply first. So you'd have like 5 times 4 would be 20, plus 10, and you're back up to the 30 again.
Right, so there are a lot of people that would get 30 doing it the same way.
Cool.
Now there are some people that would go, all right, this is 5, and this is only 2 because there's only 1 whistle instead of 2, which is 4. So you would go 5 times 2 would be 10. plus the 10, and that would be 20.
Yeah.
So you could get 20.
I missed
It's
that
not
too.
30 or 20.
Like,
So let's go ahead and take a look.
okay.
So 3 pairs of shoes added together equals to 30, right? Sneaker, 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 30, divide each, so we see that they will represent 10, all right, which is exactly what you were doing.
Okay.
All right. Sub the shoes out for a 10, you find out that 10 plus C, the cat, right? So each cat is going to be 5, all right? In the third equation, there are 2 whistles, okay? So 5 for the cat plus 2W plus 2W, because there's not just one of them, is
Yeah.
equal to 13. So 4W is 8, so 1W, right,
Be 2.
is going to be 2. So now let's take a look here again, okay, where a lot of people said, all right, it was 10, and then got 20 or they got 30, all right? So let's go back. So this is going to be 10. Now this is no longer 5, okay? This is going to be 3.
Got
3
it.
times 2 would be 6, plus the 10 is 16, all right? Now, there are some people going, all right, I understand why 3 times 2 is 6
But
and
why
add
is
10,
the cat
but
3?
why is it that, all right? The key is in the cat's clothes. In the second and third equations, the cat has a whistle around its neck right here, but there's no whistle around the cat's neck here.
Nice.
So
So the
that's-
whistle and the cat add up to 5, and so
Right, because
got
we
it.
know that a whistle is worth 2.
Got
And if you
it.
take the whistle off the cat, you're taking 2 away from the cat. So that's one of those little technicalities. You need to look at
observation,
that.
yeah.
Right, you need to be observant of everything that's on there and little clues like that to see that that is missing from the cat, and that is today's Math in the News. Now some people go, well, that's kind of mean. You can't be putting
that
things
was
like
kind of
that.
hard. Yeah, it was. It was kinda hard.
It's like, all right, well, so be it. But I'm not the one that came up with the puzzle, but that's why those kinds of things are on the internet. And they go, oh, stumps millions of people.
Stumped
Nobody
me
can
like
get this,
first
third, fourth grade problem. Many adults can't get it, and things like that. Anyway, we do have phone tutors available until 5:30, but in studio with us right now, we have Indiana. How are you?
I'm good.
Why don't you let everybody know where you go to school and what grade you're in?
I go to Rosedale Middle School, and I'm in 7th grade.
7th grade going well?
Yeah.
What's the best thing about 7th grade?
Well, definitely not the homework.
Okay, yeah, we've seen some of that, so we'll be doing some of that in a little while. So definitely not the homework, but what's the best thing? Or you know what, it's getting close to the end of the school year, so what do you most anticipate for 8th grade?
I honestly don't know.
Well, only one more year and then you're going to high school, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll look at it that way. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. You know what, we've got a quick little problem I would like you and Tracy to work on. So why don't you head on over to the board real quick?
Okay.
And we'll look at it together on the screen right here. It says if A plus B is equal to 10. So you can go ahead and write that up there. A plus B
plus
equals
B.
10. And A minus B is equal to 8. Now, if we know both of those, we want to know the value of 3A plus B.
So you're at 3A plus B.
So girls, I'll let you work on that and let us know how you figure it out.
So what would you start with? If we know these two are 10, and if you take that and minus a B, what would you, starting out like assuming something or guessing, what would you guess the two numbers to be? Because A has to be the same as B. A and B are like, they're variables. So whatever A is up here, it has to be the same there.
Yeah.
So we need to find out what A equals and what B would equal. So how would you do that? So if you can talk it like out loud, so like we think in our head, but you can verbally say it. So for example, if we thought 5 and 5, obviously
Yeah.
it'd be 10, right?
Yeah.
But something messes up here, 5 minus 5, then we wouldn't have 8 again.
Yeah.
So what could you assume that A would be and B would be? So we're just gonna try to guess. So we're gonna start writing some numbers down.
Well, A cannot be well, A cannot be like 8 because 8 minus 2 because would be, well, 6.
Well, 8 minus anything, then yeah. So
6.
8 can't be that.
Eight.
8 can't be that. Okay. So how could we get to 8?
I think A would be 9 and B would be 1.
Okay, let's try it. So we're going to put it right here. We'll try it. So then let's try it down here for the next one. A minus. Perfect. So then we can assume that A is 9 and B would be 1, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's try now this one. Try the same thing you did there. 3.
Well, 3 times 9 is 27.
Here, we're going to write it right here.
And since B is 1 plus 1, which is 28.
Looks good to me.
There you go, nicely done. Just a little something to get you warmed up because we have some better math problems for you coming up in a little bit. Not that that wasn't a good one, but that one didn't take quite as long. 636-4357 is the phone number. We do have phone tutors available until 5:30. Right now, we're going to go out and about, visit with Marylou.
Thanks, Mike. Today we are live at Panama Elementary School, home of the what?
Yellow Jacket!
There you go. And we got some math to do today, yes?
Yes!
Okay, so we're going to talk about fractions today, yes?
Yes!
So I have a little table in front of me about fractions. We know that, let's look at this red bar. That's one whole, yes?
Yes!
And this one whole piece is kind of broken in half. So if I have a half plus a half, I now have I have a whole piece. And these halves here, this one half is broken into fourths. So we've taken our whole and we've broken it into fourths. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 is?
1/4.
Okay, aren't fractions lovely?
Yeah.
And then when it goes on down, now I want to quickly go to this pizza. How many of you like pizza? I love pizza.
I love pizza.
Okay, so we have a pizza here, and this pizza is broken into 8 pieces. Okay? And if 8 of us eat a piece, did we eat the whole pizza? Yeah, because it's broken into 8 pieces, and if 8 of us eat a piece, we ate the whole pizza. But what if only 3 of us eat a piece, 1 piece each? How much pizza did the 3 of us eat? What do you think?
We ate 5/8 of the pizza.
only 3 though. Only 3 people ate a piece. Did we eat 5/8 or did we eat something else?
2/8.
2/8? What do you think?
3/8.
3/8. There you go. Because how many people are there? 3. And if we eat each 1, 2, 3 pieces, we ate how much? 3. So that means how many? Who gave me 5/8? How many? How much is left over though? Say it again. How much?
5/8.
5/8. 5/8 is left. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do some adding and subtracting with fractions. But the first thing we're going to do is, let's think of it as a picture. Like this pizza, huh? It's easy to see it as a picture, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Write this problem down on your paper for me. We have 2/7 plus 3/7. Okay? How many of you automatically think you know that answer? Let me see it. Okay. Go ahead and write down the numerical number, what you think it is. Explain to me why you think that's what your answer is.
Because my teacher taught me if they're the same, you would do the same thing, and then 2 plus 3 equals 5.
Okay. All right. Do you agree? Yes? Okay, so what was your thinking on that?
I was thinking basically the same thing for the denominator and plussing the 2 plus 3.
Okay, now I want you guys to take this a step further. Can you make me a picture? Like that pizza. Can you make me a picture and shade in the pieces that you ate? Whatever the answer is to this, can you shade those pieces in? It's going to be a little difficult because it's 7 pieces, not 8, huh? So you got to think, ooh, tell me why you decided to break yours up like that.
Because it's not an even number, so you couldn't just draw the lines like that.
Very good. So you've broken up your 7. We know our answer is 5/7, right? But what do you have left over? How many pieces are not shaded? 2. 2 7s are left over, huh? Okay, so we kind of know when we have the same denominators, huh? Okay, so let's look at this. These are just fractions. What if we have mixed numbers? What if we have something like this? What do you think? What do you guys think? Are we going to do the same thinking as we did with here? No. Yes, can we?
Yes.
Are our denominators exactly the same?
Yes.
Okay, I want you to go ahead and write that down and see what you get for an answer. So you got 5 and? Okay, tell me how you got that.
I got that from adding our whole pieces and then adding the fractions. And our teacher taught us that when you add, you don't add your denominators, but always your numerators. So it would either be 5 two halves, or it would be 6 whole pieces.
Okay, so we're going to continue because we need to get our pictures drawn. But we're going to go back to the studio. And so when we come back, you're going to see the pictures they have drawn. So I'm going to send it back to Indiana and to Tracy and to Mike.
All right, nicely done, Marylou. We'll check in with you guys in just a little while. 636-4357 is that phone number. We have phone tutors available until 5:30. Right now, we're going to put Indiana back to work. Some of her homework, let's go ahead and take a look at it on the camera right here. And it says, find the surface area of the regular pyramid. So you ladies have a pyramid. We need to find the surface area of that. So take it away.
Okay, so this is what we're doing in my accelerated math class, 9.2. So basically, you gotta find the base first, which will be 6 times 6, which is 36. Then you gotta find the triangles, and since 9 is your height, you gotta do 9 times 6, which is 54. But since you're gonna find out for triangles, you have to divide by 1/2, which will give you 27. So 27 times 4. 7 times 4 is 28. 4 times 2 is 8. So 108 plus 36. Okay, 8 plus 6 is 14, which will give you 140 for surface area.
Okay, so I'm going to rewrite it
Stop
one
right
more
there.
time.
Don't erase anything,
I
but
won't.
you can leave your 144
Okay.
and continue with the problem now.
So what did we forget?
144 pennies.
Oh,
I'm going to put right up here so you can see it. What are you going to do?
144 feet squared.
Okay. Is it squared?
No.
No, it's squared. You were right. Put feet squared. Squared with the 2. You were right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Nicely done.
All right, good. So now leave the pyramid up there,
Okay.
but erase all of your other numbers of the work that you've just done right there.
Yeah, it's, yeah. This is how we feel every day.
Little bits at a time, little bits at a time.
It's okay.
All right, so get rid of the 9 feet and the 6 feet. And let's take a look at the next problem that you have on your homework. So we'll take a look at it on the camera right here. We have another regular pyramid. We need to find the surface area of that one. And now we have 4 centimeters at the base.
So 4 centimeters here.
And 6 centimeters for your other measurement. Now, what I would like you to do is, instead of just doing it kind of in your head and talking about it, what you were doing is, because there are formulas that you can use. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is kind of put down the formula and then how you're putting all of the numbers into those spots. All right?
So for a triangle, it is, first you're going to multiply base times height, and then you're going to multiply by 1/2.
Okay, and then a square.
For a square, it is going to be length times width, height.
Okay. So now let's try it.
Okay.
So we'll put triangle. Let's just put T for triangle. And let's do the formula. Equals. And we'll write the formula. So 1/2. And now put the parentheses and replace B. So like you're replacing it, yeah. Now try it. So what is the base of the triangle?
The base of the triangle is 16.
So how do you know that it's 16?
Because 4 times 4 equals 16.
Okay, so when it says base times height, so when you say that, you're going to do 1/2. And so you're saying the base is 4 times 4, which is 16. So you do 16 times and then continue.
Yeah, 16 times 6.
Okay, and then, now what?
6 times 6 is 36. Okay, now 6 times 1 is 6 plus 3 is 9, 96. So then you have to do to multiply by 1/2.
So we're gonna go straight down here and go 1/2 times 96, like that. So we're trying to do it like so. Again, someone like me, I need to know. So you just go ahead and keep going.
Yeah, so that would be 48. But since there are 4 sides, you have to do 48 times 4. Now 8 times 4 is 32. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 3 is 19. So 119 would be for all the triangle sides, but you have to add the base. So
Now, before you keep going, I'm going to stop you girls here for a second, because the last one you did, you had 144 square feet altogether, right? And those numbers were 9 and 6, right? So taking a look at your numbers here, you have 6 and 4 for your measurements. Both numbers are smaller. So is the answer going to be larger or smaller than 144?
larger.
So if your numbers are smaller, so is the base really 16 or is it 4? So when you did the problem a few minutes ago, we did this and we got 144 because the base was this number times that number. Now you took the base and you made it 16 because you multiplied those two. So
you were doing the square at the same time and then plugging that in. That's why I want to stop you ladies. And
so I was trying to see if maybe she'd stop, and I thought, well, let's let her keep going. That was a good thing about the numbers. So when we start with the base again, then it would be 4 times, what do we have over here?
6.
6, perfect. Now it's going to be way easier numbers, by the way.
4 times 6 is 24. Times 1/2 is going to be 12. And 12 times 4 is, let's see, 48. And and that would be for the triangle side, so you have to do 48 plus 16.
So 4 plus 1 plus
Yeah.
1.
Equals 64 centimeters
Nice. Square.
There you go. Perfect work right there.
Very nice.
636-4357 is the phone number. Phone tutors are available until 5:30, as they are most Tuesdays and Wednesdays throughout the regular school year. Don't forget, if you're calling from outlying areas of Kern County as well as San Luis Obispo County, that phone number is toll-free at the bottom of your screen. And if you call in from San Luis Obispo County, we do your math problem, you'll automatically get yourself some ice cream, courtesy of our friends at Doc Bernstein's Ice Cream Lab. We'll be back with more right after this. Today we're in San Luis Obispo County. We're at Shandon Elementary School, and today we're here to... All right, today we're at Shandon School, and I've got 6th grade student Chase with us. How are you?
Good.
You ready to roll? Mm-hmm. I'm wonderful myself. Let's go ahead. So you've got, let's see, 7 dozen cookies.
Okay.
So write down any information you think you need to know thus far. 7 dozen cookies.
14. 7 times 2 is 14. Carry the 1. 7 times 1 is 7. Plus 1 equals 84. That's how many cookies.
Yeah, but I haven't even asked you the question yet. So that was pretty good, though. All right. So you've got 7 dozen cookies, and you're going to sell them. Let's see what they want. They want $4.25 per half dozen.
Okay.
So $4.25 for a half dozen. Now, how many is in a half dozen?
6.
6. We know we have 7 dozen.
So I guess
So
we
let's
have...
label that with a dollar sign so we remember that that's money. Yeah, let's put it on this side of it over here. There we go. All right. So we need to know how much money you'll be receiving if you sell all 84 of these for $4.25 per half dozen. So do we need?
Not really.
Okay.
Just multiply this guy times 2. So it's 14. We have 14 half batches. So all we have to do now is 4.25 times 14.0.
Good. So what I'd like you to do is explain why you lined it up like this.
Because if we were to go like this, then it might get messed up that maybe it was like this.
Right. Perfect. So I like the way you did it already by setting it up with the decimals already lined up. All right. So go ahead and get to work.
Let's start out with the 5. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2 is 7. Then we're going to have 0 because now we're doing 2s. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 4 is 8. And 2 times 1 is 2. And now we're going to add 2 zeros because now we're on to the 4. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1 is 5. So now we're going to add these up. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 9 plus 8 is 15. 2 plus 6 is 8 plus 1 is 9. And then the 5 by itself is that. So if we count, we have 2 decimal spots. 2 and the 5. And this is the decimal. So we'll have the same number of decimal points there. So you will...
And what about these decimal points? So now what do you need to do with that? Because you moved 2 correctly with that one.
I've been used to having decimal plus normal number. You will have to add it 4 times because you have to add the number of decimal places. So
Perfect. There you go.
hopefully the people who are watching this show know that 2 plus 2 is 4.
And I'm sure they know that one.
So 2, 3, 4. And so now you will theoretically get $59.50.
You know what? I was watching the way you were multiplying because a lot of students will start down here and put a bunch of zeros and then start with this. You did it a different way, working on the top. Everything worked out perfectly. Chase, nicely done. And once again, a big thanks to the students out there at Shandon Elementary. Hey, we do have phone tutors available, and we're going to go back out once again to visit with Marylou at Panama.
We are back live at Panama Elementary School, ACE's after-school program, and I have a special guest, Benny. Can you tell everybody what grade you're in?
4.
Okay, so we had left with a problem, 2.5 plus 3.5, and we were trying to draw a picture to see what the answer is. Can you show us all how to do this?
But you add the 2 whole numbers, two holes and 3 holes.
Yep.
Then you add the 2 halves. The 2 halves equals 1 whole because they're both halves. And the answer is 6 holes number.
Okay, so who can help out? Who can tell us why? Why do we want to see a picture of it? Why? Why do you think we want to see a picture?
Because the picture helps us understand it and answer better.
Very good. It's a visual, isn't it?
Yes.
Is this really what's going on? Yes, with the fractions? Because sometimes when we see the numbers, we get confused, huh?
Yes.
What does that really mean? Okay, turn your papers over. Thank you, Benny. Good job. Here, come here. Okay, turn your papers over for me. So, we did a little bit of adding. Should we do a little bit of subtracting?
Yes!
So, yes, I want the answer, but do I also want to see a picture?
Yes!
Should I model one?
Yes!
Yeah, or do you want to try it on your own?
Try it on our own.
Okay, here we go. So, let's do this one. I have 6/8, and I'm going to take away 3/8 from that. Raise your hand. What do you think?
I think it's 7/8.
7/8? Well, let's think. What's 6 minus 3? It's not 7. Think about that. 6 minus 3. What do you think, Giselle?
It's 3/8.
Oh, you think it's 3/8? Okay. How many of you agree with Giselle it's 3/8? Yes? Okay, I agree. But who can draw me a picture of it? Okay, go for it. Let's see. Draw your picture. Let me see it. Oh, you're doing a number line. Very cool. Can you explain your number line?
Yeah.
So what did you do with this?
I split my number line into 8 pieces, and then I marked the half point. And then I made a dot at the 6/8, and then I went backwards to 3/8 on the number line.
Very good. And so your answer is what?
3/8.
3/8. Nice job. I love the number line idea. Okay, anybody else? Ooh, I'm seeing some good pictures. Okay, I'm going to go back to this group. Okay. Now, you have, what did you do? You made your pizza into what, Giselle?
8 parts.
Okay. So you shaded in what?
6. So it equals 6/8.
Okay. You only have 3 pieces shaded out of your 8. Explain that to me.
So when I did a math problem, I thought I'm gonna write the answer, so I put 3, so I shaded 3, and there's 8 sections.
Okay, so it shows us what we have. So does this all represent what you ate then?
Yes.
Yes? So think about that. The 6/8, okay? Is that what we ate? Is that what we're taking away out of the 8, right?
Yes.
So what we have left are how many pieces?
3.
3. We should have 3 left over. So if you shade in your 6 pieces, we should have 3 not shaded in, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we're going to do one more, okay? Are we ready?
Yes.
All right, because we have a short amount of time, we're going to save the really difficult one for when we come back, all right? Okay, so you ready for this one?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do, I'm going to do 12. Somebody give me a number for a numerator. Numerator. 10. Oh, love it. 10, 12 minus. Somebody give me another number. Let me go to the back.
3/12.
3. There you guys go. Raise your hand when you think you have it. Oh, remember that there's 10.
Oh,
10.
10 probably.
Yep, 10 minus 3. Okay, what do you think the answer is?
I think it is 7/12.
How many, and what is your name, Jacqueline? How many of you guys agree with Jacqueline that it's 7/12? Yes. So as they continue to work, they're going to now draw their picture. So you guys got to draw your picture for me. We're going to head back to the studio, and then when we come back, we got a little bit more difficult problems with subtracting. So back to the studio.
Okay, we're good.
All right, thanks for that, Marylou. Hey, do remember we have phone tutors available until 5:30. We've got Indiana from Rosedale Middle School in studio doing some work, and we actually have another one of her homework problems. Let's take a look at the camera right here, and those of you at home can go ahead and jot down anything you like and see if you can do it along with Indiana as she lets us know how she solves the surface area of the following prism. So we have measurements of 6 meters, 16 meters, and 3 meters. Indiana, take it away.
Okay, you gotta find the base, and the base would be length times
So
height.
we're gonna do it like we did before.
Yeah.
We first want to find surface area. That's our goal.
Yeah,
And you're telling us that we first have to find the base.
yeah.
So would it be base?
Base,
And then keep going with the formula.
yeah, so to find base,
Is that all it is to find the surface area? Though, just be?
no, to find the
okay.
surface area, you gotta do base times, is this called base?
It's times length, maybe base times
Yeah, base times length.
length and
Yeah,
Base, height, and width, length,
It's
width, and
width.
height.
length, width, and height.
Right, length, width, and height.
So let's erase
Length.
base. So we're gonna put length, width, and height. Perfect. Now let's start. Okay, go.
Okay.
Now remember, you're not just going to multiply all 3 of those numbers together because that's
Yeah.
going to give you something different than surface area.
Okay, so here you gotta do 6 times 16 because you're gonna find the base. Yeah. So 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 3 is 9.
So that's the base.
Yeah, for
Okay.
the bottom side, but since there are 2 bases, you gotta do 96 times 2.
Okay, go start right there.
And that would be 192.
So that would be like base 1 and base 2.
Yeah.
So base 1 plus base 2, which would equal 192. Okay, now go.
Now you gotta find for like the squares.
Okay.
Right, so you can think of, some kids think of it like, all right, I've got the top and the bottom,
Yeah.
the front and the back, side and side.
Okay.
So
So
as
this
long
would
as you're
be-
labeling everything and following it, you can call it whatever you like.
So all this stuff right here, we're gonna call base 1. Is that what you did, or did you do the bottom right there?
I did this one would be like base,
So you did all of this down here.
and this one would be base.
So we're gonna call this base 3 and base 2?
Yeah, I did base 3 and 2.
Okay, so there we go.
So we gotta find for these two.
Okay, so then we really just did base 2, and now we're doing base 1. Okay, base 1 plus base 1. Okay, go.
Okay. So,
Go over here. We're gonna do base 1 right there.
okay.
So it's what?
So 6, which is your length, times 3, which is your height, is 18. You got to multiply by 2. 18 times 2 is 36.
So that would be here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have to do base 3 plus base 3, which we'll keep it with the B words, but we still know that it's different. But go ahead, because those are our variables we're going to use.
Okay. So 36 times 2.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, because there are 2.
Oh. So
Oh,
could we
wait.
have done it 36 times
Oh, wait,
4?
we already did that. We already did that.
So could we do it like 36 times 4 instead? Because are these all the same? So we have 16 going across, right? And 6 going across here? Is that, so this one right here and this one right here, we did this one, correct? Okay. And then our next one, how many do we need? So that's 1, 2, there are 4 of
did-
these.
We did the bottom one,
Okay,
and we also did the top one.
okay. And now we're doing the 2 sides,
Yeah.
which is 3 times 16, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try another one now.
6 times 3 is 18. So 3 times 1 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. So you have to do 48 times 2. 2 times 4 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. So 96.
So we're gonna write 96 down there.
Yeah.
So now basically we go back up to here, which we had SA equals length times width times height, which would be, we could say length times width times height.
Yeah, so you have to add all of these.
Okay, are you adding them?
Wait, no. You're multiplying.
Or we're multiplying them? Okay, go. I'll move it down. Okay,
Because
now
remember,
go-
you want to go length times width, and then you want to do that twice. So it's going to be 2 times length times width, plus 2 times the length times height, plus 2 times the width times height.
Oh, we already multiplied them by 2.
So now we're just adding them together.
Yeah.
Okay, because when you say you're going to multiply them,
That's
why I
why.
want to
That's
stop
why
you
I'm
real quick
asking
and,
exactly, because I'm all, wait a minute, what do we do? So are we multiplying or are we adding them all
We're
together?
adding.
Okay, go.
Okay. 2 plus 6 is 8, plus 6 is 14. Okay, 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 3 is 13. So 13 plus 9 is 22. So 2 plus 1 is 3. That's 324. Is that meters or millimeters?
it's meters,
It's
just one
meters.
M.
Meters squared.
Are we good?
I think so. You threw me off a little bit there when you said you were going to start multiplying all those numbers again and things like that. Nice work, and you know what? For your effort right there, we'll be sending you a meal courtesy of our friends at Chick-fil-A. A rather tasty place, I do have to say so myself. I do enjoy the sandwiches over there. All right, girls, race the board because Indiana, I know that you've been talking about something else that you're working on in class that has to do with circles. So why don't you go ahead and, ladies, you can start working on circles and explaining to us a little bit about circumference and area, exactly the difference between those things and how you go ahead and solve problems like those.
Okay.
Okay. So to find the circumference, which is perimeter, you have to do, so circumference is diameter times pi.
Okay.
But if you had a semicircle, you'd probably divide it by
So I'm going to make this from here to here. We'll make it an even 5.
And we won't deal with the semicircles right now, so we
Yeah.
can just get rid of the division and dividing by 2. Yeah, division, right? That's a new word in math today.
So what would be the...
So 5 is your radius because half of diameter is a radius. So 5 plus 5 is 10, which is your diameter. D equals 10. So 10 times 3.14.
Okay, go ahead and write that down.
Okay, 4 times 0
So
is
without doing all the multiplication, is there an easy way to multiply that by 10?
Yes.
How would you do that?
Just move the decimal point.
Where would you move the decimal point to? Over there? So
Yeah,
what would your
move it
final
over
be
1.
then?
So 31.4.
Okay, nice. So that's our circumference. Let's try to do, what was the other one?
Area.
It was the area. Okay, go.
Okay, so to find area, you have to do radius squared times pi. And since the radius is 5, so you have to do 5 times 5, which is 25, times 3.14, which is equal to pi, because the pi goes to infinity.
Do you have pi on Pi Day? I eat pie on Pi Day.
So 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. Gonna move this over here. And 3 times 5 is 15. I'll put 1 there. And 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 1 is 7.
So did we go over?
Oh, wait.
Okay, good. Wait,
Yeah.
I was all, wait, where are we off one? Okay. So let's just
How
go.
about erase that and just do it a little bit
Yeah.
neater because your girls are going to get a little bit messed
Right?
up there. So
Okay, we're gonna stop right here. So now let's do this part right here. So now do it the same way we did. Just go ahead. Now you have all the room you need. Okay, go.
Yeah. 4 times 5 is 20. And there's a 2. So 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. You have to add a 0.
For place value. Okay.
Yeah, place value. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. You have to add 2 circles for place value. 3 times 5 is 15, and you add the 1 there. So 3 times 2 is 6, which 6 plus 1 is 7.
We're gonna erase this real quick. Okay, go.
Okay, so since there are 2 numbers behind the decimal point, you have to move over twice. 78.5 would be your area.
Right, and I didn't put anything on here, so we'll just make it up when we write cm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Centimeters. Squared.
Okay.
There you go. Nicely done. Now, so that I feel a little more comfortable, erase that and let's start again here.
Okay. I got the magic pen.
Make yourself another circle.
Okay, ready? You do the circle again right here. Do it. Ready?
Good
And
square.
do it again. Perfect.
All right. Let's make the radius 4. Feet.
Feet.
So we'll make sure we have units on there to start. I'm not too worried about the circumference. I would like to know only the area on that.
Only the area. Okay. So I do pi, which is 3.14, times 4 squared, because 4 is a radius. So 4 times, well, 4 squared is 16 because you do 4 times 4 is 16. And now you gotta do 16 times 3.14.
So my
Okay.
question is, do you like multiplying like that, or do you reverse the numbers at all where you have the one with more digits on top? Or do you always do it that way?
I always do it this way.
All right, you know what? It's been working, so let's keep on going with it.
4 times 6 is 24. Wait, no.
Yep.
24. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 circle where place value. 3 times 6 is 18. Add a 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. And you just have to add the numbers. Which, since you have to move the decimal point twice. Centimeters.
We did feet.
squared. Oh,
Maybe we
feet.
change it. Go ahead and erase it. We did feet. Okay. And I think we're good.
There you go. Nicely done right there. So, Indiana, you're learning about, I mean, obviously you're doing some surface area with some prisms in class and things like that.
Yeah.
You've got circles that you're working on right now. Have you done a lot with the circles yet, or is this brand new to you?
We already did our circles.
So you've done circles, so you're good with those. What's coming up next? Do you have any idea?
We're doing the surface area, but that's all I know.
All right, well, you know what? You've done some of those problems on your homework already tonight, so nicely done on that. Hey, you know what? We've got time. We're going to head out one more time to visit with Marylou at Panama Elementary.
We are back live at Panama Elementary School, ACE's after school program, and we have been working on what today, everybody? Fractions. We love fractions, don't we? Yeah. Okay, so we did a little bit of adding, yes?
Yes.
And we did a little bit of subtraction, but now let's do a little bit more subtraction, yes?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. So we've been working over the break, we were working on subtracting, right? And we were working on pictures. Because again, somebody explain why we use pictures.
Because it helps us out in our math problems.
Okay.
It also show an image in your head how to do it.
Very good, it does. Okay, so are we ready for this one? Yes. Okay, so I have a problem that is 6 3/4. And I am going to take away 2 1/4. So first off, we're going to do our math problem. Do the mathematical numbers. Solve it that way. And then we're going to prove it with a picture to make sure that that is the right answer. We want to prove it with our picture, okay? So once you have the answer, draw your picture and prove it. And as you can see on their paper, what they've been doing is they've been practicing on how to do a picture to a subtraction problem. How to take that first number and take that apart, because that's what we're taking. We're taking the 6 3/4 and we're taking away the 2 1/4. So they've been practicing making a picture of taking away that second number, okay? So what's going on over here? How we doing?
Good.
Good. Okay, what was your number? What number did you come up with for your answer?
4 2.
Okay, 4 2/4. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw. What are we going to draw first when we do this? How many?
We're going to subtract and then we draw our picture after.
Okay, but how many whole boxes are we drawing, everybody? How many?
6.
Very good. Remember, we're drawing 6. You could do boxes or circles. We're drawing 6 complete boxes, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then after the 6 box, then we need what? We need one that is broken into what?
Thirds.
What?
Fourths.
Fourths, because remember, what's our denominator? 4. So that last box, we need it broken into fourths, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay. Show me what you're doing over here. Explain, and you're using happy faces, huh? I like your happy faces. Okay, tell me what you did.
I subtracted 6 and 2 and I got 4, and then I subtracted 3/4 minus 1/4 and I got 2/4, and I split the happy faces into fourths and I made 7 happy faces, and then I crossed off 2 happy faces, and then one of the happy faces I crossed off 2 pieces of the happy faces.
Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4. These are your 4 complete happy faces. Okay, now where's the one with your, where you took away? This one? So you took away your 1/4, right? So you leaving with that. Yes? Nice, I like the happy faces. Okay, who else has their picture drawn and ready? Okay, quickly show us what you did.
I made 6 boxes. Made them all into fourths. Took away 2 of them because you minus 2 holes, and I minus 1, and I took away 1 part of the last one.
Very good. I love the way your vocabulary used. 1 part. Loved it. Okay, have we had fun here today, everybody? Yeah. Did we learn a little bit more about fractions? Yeah. Another way to look at it, huh? Yeah. Well, thank you for allowing us to come today and be at your school and do all this wonderful math. We appreciate it. And again, thank you to the ACES After School Program and to Panama Elementary. And that's it from here today. We'll send you guys back to the studio.
All right, thanks for that, Marylou. Go get a drink of water and take care of yourself right there. And thanks also to the staff and students at Panama Elementary. 636-4357 is the phone number. We do have phone tutors available until 5:30. And we have Indiana continuing to do work right there, but I'm going to stop you for a moment because I'm going to hold up your new uniform for you. And that is exactly what you're going to wear every day for the rest of the school year. Are you good with that? Maybe not every single day, but you can wear it once in a while. All we want you to do is spread the good word about Do the Math. You can do that?
Yeah.
Deal? Deal. All right. Hey, until tomorrow, continue to do the math.
Major support for Do the Math has been provided by Chevron, the Kern County Superintendent of Schools, Southern California Gas Company, California Resources Corporation, Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, Panama-Buena Vista Union School District, Bakersfield City School District, and the San Luis Obispo County Office of Education, with additional production assistance provided by these supporters of education in Kern County and throughout the state of California.